Good afternoon. I'm Libby Dowsett. An older Medford couple rushed to the hospital after a home invasion robbery at their house along Hillcrest Road. A police chase led to the arrest of that suspect. It's our top story today at noon. It all began at about 4 a.m. 911 dispatchers received a call in which they could overhear what sounded like an armed robbery in process. Police say 25-year-old Brenton Morrow knocked on the door of an older couple who lived in the 4700 block of Hillcrest Road. A 72-year-old woman cracked open the door, and police say Morrow pushed his way in wearing a ski mask. Police say Morrow stun-gunned the woman and punched and elbowed her 77-year-old husband. The woman called 911, but police say Morrow hit the phone from her hand. A police sergeant drove toward the home and spotted a vehicle heading west. Officers say Morrow took off and led them on a chase until he crashed at Hillcrest and Sunrise Avenue. Morrow is now behind bars. Both victims are still in the hospital. The man has a severely damaged ear and a brain bleed. The woman has several contusions. Police say Morrow knew the victims and believed they had money. Officers believe that's why he targeted them. 911 dispatchers had to listen as the robbery went down. Here's what dispatchers were telling police as the robbery was happening.
Any unit to clear for 911 hang up. Possible DOC heard in the background. 4705 Hillcrest Road. 263 and 276. The call taker heard one male and one female. The female was saying she'd give the person all the money she has there. Responding code, elderly couple telling the male where their money is, aggravated male yelling it's not good enough, and yelling about a safe. The elderly couple saying they don't have a safe.
And a few weeks ago, we told you about 3 burglaries that happened in East Medford in the same area, 2 along Hillcrest Road. Police believe these break-ins were related but are not connected to this morning's home invasion. In the crime spree earlier this month, police say 2 men were confronted by the homeowners who described the burglars as in their 20s with facial hair. One had gauges in both his ears. Deputies say the pair also stole a BMW from another location. And joining us on set today with the latest on today's break-in and what appears to be an uptick in these types of crimes is Lieutenant Mike Boudreau with the Medford Police Department. So, scary incident this morning.
Yeah, it's a disturbing case. I'm glad this guy was caught. And this area of town usually doesn't see stuff like this. So
what happened to this couple as he stormed in?
Yeah, you know, they were really caught off guard. This person was wearing a ski mask, and he was able to overpower them rather quickly, and actually very violent attack at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm glad they're going to be okay. They do have some injuries.
Just armed with a stun gun?
He was armed with a stun gun, but he also produced a knife during the robbery, and he fled. And luckily, we had a police officer up there at the time that did the traffic stop, and then the car chase. So very unusual for that area. We have had some other burglaries up there. We don't think those are going to be related. But yeah, I think it's all related to the fact that we have a lot of folks addicted to drugs and are becoming very desperate for money, and they're using extreme measures like this.
So are you seeing more drug crimes? What kind of drugs, first of all?
No question, methamphetamine #1, but heroin is really making a huge comeback and a big problem for us. In fact, drug offenses are up 15% just for last year, and our drug seizures are just off the charts. We got 100 pounds of meth last year. We got 57 pounds of heroin. Those are numbers like we have never seen. For example, the year before we had 25 pounds of meth and 8 pounds of heroin. So we're talking 300 to 800% increases in the drugs we're seizing. So again, a lot of desperate people doing desperate crimes.
All right, it's just too bad, and we hope those older people are okay. You know, they're still in the hospital at last report.
They're still in the hospital, but we're optimistic they're going to be okay.
Okay, Lieutenant Mike Boudreau, thanks for being here.